Hello, everybody, and welcome to Late Night with Kettle Kitchen. I'm glad you could make it. Want to say hi to everybody inside the chat room. Charmaine Martinez, Dark Lord Menet, Chris and Larry Homestead. Hello, Chris. And I would love to bring up who my guests are. We have Blue from Blue Self-Reliance.
Good morning.
And Mitchell from Hendrickson Family Farm. Oh, wait, it's Dale. I'm sorry. Sorry.
That was
It
awesome.
is Dale from 9 Acre Family Farms.
Continuing on with the confusion, like your last chance cook-off video.
Yeah, that kind of threw people for a little loop I'm taking.
Hello, chat. Good to see you.
Hello.
Chat.
Hello, guests. How are you guys tonight?
I'm awake.
That's good.
Finer frog hair split 14 ways.
Yes, gotta love it. Oh, Teresa's joined us tonight, it looks like. Hello.
Hi, Teresa.
Thank you for coming. So, you ready?
I was born ready.
You got all this all this info's going through your head. You ready to just go with it?
Sure.
Okay.
We're changing things up. This is going to be game night with Kettle Kitchen.
Okay.
What?
No, I'm joking.
I could go with the flow easily, man.
I know you
know
can. I know. Oh,
I'm
I
awake
think.
now.
Okay, so I want. Oh, hi, Feathered Friends Homesteads join us. It looks like. Welcome.
Hello.
So last Tuesday, so I announced last Tuesday, the guests for game night with Kettle Kitchen are going to be Jesse from Lazy Days Ahead and Mike from MT Homestead, and that ought to be a hoot in itself. But if the schedule works out, I already know who my guests are for the next week. Are you ready?
Sure.
Monica from Bland's Promised Land and Lisa from Yogi Hollow Farm.
Oh, yeah.
That ought to be a good one. I'm ready for that one. I think both of them will be fun. I'm looking forward to both of them. So,
Oh, yeah.
So what I was talking about as far as all the information, I do want to go ahead and hit real quick on the Last Chance Cook-Off collaboration.
Cook off.
I love it. I love it. I don't know about you guys, but the videos that I've posted, I love them.
Every one of them, including yours. And that
Good
made me say
information.
that.
Well,
I haven't
you
got
don't
to
have to
those
be
yet. I will
nice.
be watching them afterwards.
Oh, you're gonna love the first, not including the intro, the first half hour to minute. You're gonna love. I think you're gonna get a kick out of it. So,
Cool.
and then
I thought it was awesome.
Chuck's on top of it, just made it even that much better.
Your two videos, it is so funny to me when collaborations happen, two creators that don't communicate with each other put out a video and how they seamlessly fit together.
Yes,
I've seen
and
it time and
those
time
ones did.
again.
Yep.
You know,
I told Chuck, I said, I think this is my honest opinion. Other than his passionate, dispassionate, which Dale and I talked about this earlier, I think. Other than that video cracked me up. I was laughing during that video.
Yeah.
But this video, for his interaction, the way he did it, the way he chose to go about doing it, to me is one of his best videos. I liked it. I actually did. So,
anyone in the chat, did you guys catch that video? Let us know. But
Dark Lord Menet says that his house is flooding from drool. I love it. I love it. Teresa S., thank you. Go ahead. Sorry.
Every recipe that I've seen so far is awesome.
Yeah.
The rub that you put out today, Tony. Oh, yeah. We will be making that rub here, and we will be using it.
We made it. I put it on hamburgers tonight, and I needed to put a little bit more, but it was just enough to where you got it, but it didn't kill the hamburger flavor you're looking for. You know, I will warn anybody, if you do use it, at least on hamburger, don't put a lot of condiments on because it masks the flavor. So I tried it as a completed burger to eat, and then I took a piece off of another one to taste it, and there's a difference between the two. So, but point being is that can be used on anything. So I had I made two, that came out to like 2.5 quarts is what that came out to, what I made. Our neighbor / cousin is here here this morning, and we gave it to, no, was it last night? I gave it to her at some point. She said, I already decided what I'm doing with it. I'm putting it on cod. I was like, I didn't even think about putting it on cod. That sounds wonderful. Yeah, so I'll let you know how that turned out, but I know it's good. It tastes wonderful. I like it because as soon as you taste it, you get the chili or cumin right now, and then the sugar works in. But that cumin chili kind of flavor lingers for a while. It stays in your palate, and it's like, oh, I want more.
Oh, yeah.
It's good. It's good. Anyways, I was going to say hello, Teresa. Thank you for coming in. Let's go ahead and just jump on the good old Last Chance Cook-Off bandwagon. Are you guys ready?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna quiz you. How's that?
I want to say hi to Radio Jonesy. Also,
yeah, hi,
Oh, I didn't
Jonesy.
see him come in. Hello. Hi, nice seeing you. I like him. He's a cool dude.
He's cool.
Jonesy
Guy.
is cool.
Yeah. So here's your quiz. Blue, how many combined subscribers do all the channels have to your knowledge?
Somewhere between 900,000 and 1 million.
I'll give you 1 point for that. No, I'm not pointing you guys. Now it's Dale's turn, so I'm not going to give points out anymore. Okay.
Oh, that's. I mean, first of all, the guy puts me with like the nicest person on YouTube to go up against on a game show. So I can't talk trash, or I'm thinking I can't. Guess who started talking trash first?
Yep, I got that.
Andel.
Hello.
Andel Homestead.
Wow.
Devil Dog, thank you.
Hurrah! Hello.
So I want to clarify Blue's answer. Okay. So at one point in time, we were at 902,000 combined subscribers. We got a new entry that came in late to fill in a spot. That put us at 1,222,000 total combined subscribers. That person, unfortunately, had to withdraw. That dropped us back down. But in the drop down and the changes we had to make before we started on day one, I'll come back to that in a second.
Yeah.
Here's the beauty. And I've told Dale, I think I've told everybody this, but I'll say it again for those that don't know this. So the day before we had our meeting, I think it was the other day, I went through and re-tallied up what everybody's subscribership. So what the truth of the matter was is once that person dropped out, it dropped us down to a number we were at. We were, I want to say that I said we were at 6,000 short or something like that from where we were before. In the end of it, by the time everybody had their numbers had grown, had been put in place in 3 weeks, everybody had grown almost 13,000 subscribers, and it put us up to 909,000 subscribers combined. That is mind-blowing. Yes.
Boom.
So Dale,
that amount of growth.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Unfathomable. I mean, how
it's bonkers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do want to let everybody know, because the question has come. Please trust me. I've been well informed. I started getting calls and messages about where's the third video. It hasn't happened. I'm having a hard time finding the person that was supposed to put it out. I don't know what's going on. We have more than enough videos coming out. We're not going to miss it, but I would, if they do happen to, and they can, I still want them to put it out. So if that happens, we'll put the video out on whichever day we can. So I'm not sure what's going on, but it is what it is. Anyways, moving forward, Dale, how many channels do we have involved? To the best of your knowledge.
We're actually under 100, if I remember correctly, because of that scenario you talked about. So we're at 99.
Awesome. Good answer. I will give you a point because you're spot on right.
Yahoo!
I do pay attention, even though maybe Mitchell and you don't think I do, but I do.
Okay. Blue. How many
Yes.
countries are involved?
6.
And can you name them?
America.
You've been
love
dying to say that all night,
I
haven't
have.
you? America.
Canada.
Yes.
Australia.
Yes.
UK.
Yes.
Germany. And
Yes.
Switzerland.
Yay! Good job.
Yes.
Awesome. Dale, do you remember what the number was I gave last night on the live as to how many prizes in giveaways we have?
29.
That's for the finale. No, that's not correct. I'll help you. Let me help you. Okay.
That's a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Yeah, that was you're not quite there, but we'll let you we'll figure it out for you. I think if I remember correctly, there is 135 prizes going out, not including the prizes going to the collaborators.
Yep. I knew it was over 100, but
Yes.
I just guessed.
Yes. Finale night, I don't have it up in front of me, so please don't anybody quote me on this or mishandle me because I'm telling you something wrong. I'm almost positive that there was 20, and this might be where you're getting. You could be right, 24, 29, 25 prizes for finale night.
Yeah.
The rest of the prize.
I remembered it was more than 25 for finale night.
Yes.
Because we were all like, we're going to have a 7-hour live trying to give away prizes.
Right. So to follow up what Dale's saying, just so everybody knows, that's why we have this. I'm going to move right along anyways.
This fluffy creature.
The fluffy creature attack.
That was awesome.
That was hilarious. That's what I'm going to I want to go back and clip that part out right there. Devil dog, bless you.
Go back to sleep. You've had your breakfast.
We got some other people come in. I better say hi. Sorry,
several
guys.
that have come in.
Yeah, I see that. If I miss anybody, I apologize, but I think I'm on it now. Peterson Farms of Nashville, thank you for coming in. Josh Skinner Farms, thank you for coming in. It's kind of late for Josh. It's kind of late for a lot of these people, but it's late night with Kettle Kitchen. What do you expect?
That's right.
Tom Garvey, the keto cook. Hello. Thank you for coming in. Aoki Homestead, thank you for coming in.
Hello.
And of course, it jumped. You got to love that. Where do you find the playlist? I just happened to see this question, so I'm going to answer it. I'm not sure if Dale and Mitchell have completed their process. Blue, Chris, Tiffany, I'm not sure. I know on mine today, my community tab today, I listed the weeks long. It has the name, the date, and their link. I know that Mitchell was going to do it while we were on the computer. I don't know if he got it done. I think he did. And the rest of you might as well go ahead and do that. That would actually help. Blue, you're not allowed to, but if you could share it out on Facebook, that'd be wonderful.
I'll do that. Yep.
Okay.
Double Dog says on his community tab, he has it shared too. And so
awesome.
does Chris.
Awesome, guys. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. We're not requiring anybody to put it out there, but anybody that does and can, we very much appreciate it. On the bottom of the screen, there's our Facebook group page. You can also find most of the information there, so please check that out. And I'll leave that up there for a while. I do want to throw this up here for a second. When you're in YouTube, we're at a point now where things are starting to populate. So use the hashtag if you're looking to find out the videos. If you can't find the playlist, most of them, if they've put the hashtag in their description box, will have under that hashtag in YouTube, just search hashtag Last Chance Cook-Off and it should populate. Okay, next question. Go ahead.
That's how I've found every video so far.
Is it?
Type in hashtag Last Chance Cook-Off in my search bar and
awesome
pops them up. So
I do
I've
want
just been
to.
going over to Tony's channel and just going through his playlists and going through there, and that's just been simple enough, to be honest.
Yep. So I do want to throw this out there, and I think you two will join me because we've had conversation. I want to publicly on my channel state to Eddie Devil Dog, you did a good video. You did.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you did far better than I expected, and the harassment we got along the way, I wasn't sure what was going to happen. So thank you. Did good. Wonderful video. I learned something. I was with Dale. We've made cabbage and butter and things like that before. I didn't know it had a name.
I didn't have a clue.
Didn't have a clue. No. And I'm with Dark Lord Minute. Bacon. That
It was
definitely will make a difference.
Amazing. That I was so hungry after watching that because that's one of my top 10 favorite meals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had an auntie from Switzerland, and she taught me how to make something very similar to that.
Yep.
And it was yum.
There's the proof. Devil Dog did it to mess with us.
I'm worrying, Tony. Oh my god.
No, that's okay. I love picking
no.
on you,
No,
so
no,
we're
no.
even. I'm okay with that.
No.
Chris did put this up. Here's the playlist so far that you can go to YouTube, and that it is out there. After we're done, I'll put the playlist in the description box inside of here as well. If you guys have any questions, do not hesitate to email any one of us. Mine, I will put out there real quick. There's my email address down on the bottom scrolling. So if you want to, you can go ahead and go back to that. So I'm trying to think. Okay, how many videos do you think are being dropped in the month of September? I believe it's Blue's turn. Do.
Somewhere in the region of 110.
It has fluctuated. It has gone from 100. It went from 100 to 105. It dropped down because we had some people drop out. Then we went up to 112, and I believe it's 115 with these other videos we're putting out for the lives and things like that. I think if I added right, I'm going to redo it tomorrow just based on what we know, and I think that's where we're at. So
I wasn't counting lives.
That's okay.
Counting actual videos and doing quick math in my head.
Oh, Tiny Tim Posey's in with us now. Thank you.
Hi, Tim.
Dale, how many live shows in the month of September are we having?
10.
You are correct. We actually have 10 plus the last one, which is it's not in September, so it doesn't count. It's in October 2nd. It's our live finale. That'll be at 4 or 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. It'll be on Mitchell's channel. And I think most, if not all of us, will be there for that one specifically. Again, what's one thing they have to do, Blue, in order to be eligible for the giveaways?
Comment on everyone's videos.
Do they have to comment on everybody's video?
No. But the more you comment, the more chances you have to win something.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yes.
And why
And
would
not
you?
a generic comment,
Right.
because
Right.
YouTube knows and they will
Yeah.
get rid. So yeah, if it looks like it's just great video, then and you've done that on 3 or 4 different ones, they will get rid of it because they'll think it's a bot. Okay.
Hello,
so,
Sherry from Southern Roots. Thank you
Yeah.
for coming in. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
That's okay. So,
Dale, what are
Looks like
3?
Nick from Arizona Highland.
I'm trying to not pop down, so I'll jump down there because I didn't see him in here.
Tim's saying hi.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Hey, Nick, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Dale, what are 3 things that need to be told to our viewers?
Joe Doe.
don't lick the screen.
What?
Don't
Send
let
me
go of
brownies. Send me
Send me
brownies.
brownies. Send me cookies.
All right. I'll help you out.
Sure.
YouTube is not affiliated.
Not affiliated with
okay.
any giveaway
or
during this collaboration by any channel or Last Chance Cook-Off.
and they're not affiliated to the collaboration itself. Yes. The second one is because of the logistics of how this is working out, and a lot of us are trying to work together to get shipping and who's got what. I'm getting some of the stuff. Dale's getting some of the stuff. Mitchell is. We're hoping Blue will here pretty soon, or at least we'll have a contact there. We're gonna hold off sending any of the prizes out until the end of the month. That way, it's okay. Here's what you got. This is what it's gonna cost. Let's get it out. And we're doing a running list. There's a bunch of us double checking it to make sure everything's dotted, everything's crossed. So I know for some people that's probably irritating, but when you're dealing with 100 channels plus, it's hard to go through a process and make sure everything's been taken care of, everybody's been contacted, everybody called back, which leads to the next thing. When a giveaway is done, you have 48 hours from the end of that giveaway to send to Tiffany at Mud and Mascara, which Blue, can you put her email address in the chat for me, please? Sorry.
I knew what it was.
I'll put it in private chat. Well, no, duh. I know what it is. Never mind.
Okay. It wasn't even on YouTube.
So what we're asking,
Fine,
what we're
that was
asking
my
for while
fault.
he's typing that in is when you email that you have
No, you're
won
fine.
your address and everything to Tiffany, also make sure that you put your channel name in that email.
Yes.
Because how we're keeping track of winners is by your channel name, your display name in the chat. So,
yep. This is
several channels. You need to remember which one you won on.
Yes. Okay. So what I'm asking, and what I think would make it easier, like, and this goes along with what Dale's saying, your name, the name of your channel, your email address, your shipping address. Can't ship you have anything if you don't give us an address. Also, I think it's important, which she just said, to list who you want, what day, what live show you want it on. So it was on the live show. Sorry?
The date of the live show.
The date of the live. So like for Mitchell's tomorrow, it would be I won on September 3rd, 2022. Then we'll know that that's the live show itself.
I miss Brenda.
Here is one of, because there's another one, so I don't want to step on any toes. One of the sweetest, nicest Southern belles I know. Miss Brenda at Redbird Farms.
Yep.
Okay, so you have 48 hours to do that. If you don't, here's what's going to happen. Hour 49, or there shortly after, that prize will be dropped into a pool, which will go to the collaborators at the end of the collaboration before the live stream is done. We all brainstormed, and all of us have been in enough of the collaborations and giveaways to know that not everybody responds.
That's right.
Jam It Up June, just for my experience, I still have to do another giveaway because of almost half of the prizes not being collected, which shocked me. I was floored by that. Okay. Point being, we don't want any lingering prizes. So if they're not done and collected, or at least claimed by that information being sent to Mud and Mascara Homestead at gmail.com, those prizes then will move into that, and the collaborators will be up for those. The next thing I want to throw out there real quick, because I have been asked this a couple times and we discussed it a little bit last night, collaborators are eligible to put comments in to win prizes because they are subscribers as well as collaborators. They watch a lot of hours. They do a lot of uplifting of channels. They do a lot of work, And I don't think none of us think it's fair that they shouldn't be included as subscribers. So
That's right.
Yeah.
I just don't get. I mean, you know,
The only
the three of us
Mhm.
co-host or other
Host.
collaborators
Yeah.
host, we've all agreed that we're not going to. But
No.
if you're a contributor, you need to be because most of them are going to be some of the first commenters because
Right.
they're avid fans and watchers and subscribers to these other channels, you know.
Yep, I agree. Oh, Chris had said this, what date you won or what you won and the date. So adding what you won actually isn't a bad idea because then we know what we're trying to tie it to.
Yeah.
I know when we did our 1K giveaway, that was some of the most helpful emails was I won blank
Right.
from, you know, and then an address and everything. That was so helpful to me.
Yes. Dark Lord Minute said this, and I kind of agree with what he's saying. If just hypothetically, if I won 4 presents, I'd rather get them all in one box instead of 4 individual prizes coming to me from different, or at different times.
Yeah,
So.
of course he's going to say that. He won 2 of them last night.
He did. Yeah.
One of them being the big one.
Earlier up here, I see his comment. I can't wait till the end of October to get my prize. I do understand that, but I think it's important. Let's see what Chris said. There you go.
Yeah.
Name, shipping address, your channel name, email, what you won, and the date of the live. That is what we
I
do.
think that's
plan.
exactly right.
Like it.
I am actually going to steal that, Chris, if you don't mind, which I doubt you do. Let's see. I'm just trying to look through the chats real quick. So, trying to think of what else. How many days? How many days is the collaboration blue?
Every day September.
There you go.
Good answer.
One of 2 answers: every day of September or 30 days. So you
Good answer.
Add a 50-50
It's 30 days
chance.
in September.
That's
But
why I
it's
said
every
30
single
days.
day of them.
Yes,
There's no
you are
Saturdays
correct.
and Sundays off here, people.
Yeah, we don't take days off on this collaboration. Anything I'm missing? You guys can think of?
Other than
no. One thing I can tell people.
Away.
Oh,
enjoy,
yes.
comment away.
Yes.
And feel free to share them out. When you see a good video and you have a community tab, share it. Share it on your social media, whatever.
Yep. So
I don't got a community tab yet. I'm too little.
I know. You're getting closer though. You're over 400.
I know.
That's great.
You people are insane.
That is cool.
What have I missed? What's the collab about?
Here, we have another collaboration we need to take part in, but I see the validity in this one. It's a challenge.
Every day of September, not a chance.
Now, hold on. One thing I want to address is this: whether he's joking or not. Real quick, last chance cook-off is the opportunity for a bunch of channels to get together and show what they would barbecue, grill, smoke, whatever it may be, for what we here in America would call the end of the barbecue season. Okay. We got some friends across the water who decided they'd love to join us. Well, I guess on land too, because there are some people north of us that hop in too. To join us in the collaboration. This collaboration has 3 parts to it. There is a main entree. That one is cook a meat or a vegetable or something of the like that you and your family would enjoy at this time of year and make it the start. Don't make the side dishes and everything else the start. Okay. The second thing is the channel bump. Channel bumps are us trying to uplift channels that are under theoretically under 500, 300, whatever the number ended up being, because I know that fluctuated a little bit.
It did a little bit, yeah.
But it's a chance, or even if you're a big channel and you're not getting the exposure and you want it out there. So, I mean, that was also some of them as well. Point being was channel bump is to bump the channels up. Just what it says, just what it means. Okay. And then the third part was the bonus videos. So bonus videos started out as where they were doing both. You were doing a main entree and you were showing how, oh, sorry, I need to back up. On channel bumps, their responsibility was a rub, a sauce, a spice, or a glaze. Yeah. That was the star, not the main entree or what you do, but it was just to show how to do that. It gave you a 5-minute thing. Go ahead and go through it, and there you go. Okay.
We know some of those channel bumps, they're going to go ahead and do the full-on thing.
Oh yeah, we've had conversations with people about that. I already know that. Yeah. So I'm only speaking of the requirement. Whatever they do, these are no less than. That doesn't mean they can't have a 15-minute video. It just means we want at least 5 minutes. 2 reasons. The 5-minute video on the channel bumps was to expose that channel to 5 minutes of airtime. Okay. The point for the main entree was 10 minutes. That way, the channels that are monetized, not all of us are, but those that were in the original 30 or have been added since, it gave them an opportunity to have good ad time. That's what we were looking at. So it's helping them as well. So theoretically, all of us are a channel bump. It's just in different ways. Okay. So then the third option is doing both. That's what originally the bonus videos were. That has I'll say that has transpired into multiple things. Okay. We've had some channels that have had to back out. Somebody's offered to put another video in. That's a bonus video. We've had some channels that were added after the first 60 were done. They're the ones doing primarily both of those types of things. Okay. There are some channels that are doing different style of cooking, meaning they're cooking in a homemade pizza oven. I'll use Eddie's example just because I know most of us know what happened with his. Mm-hmm. The other one is a unique food. Now, I'm going to entice everybody to go watch Chris's because you want to talk about unique food. That's something different that most of us do. Okay.
Unique food and unique cooking methods.
And cooking methods, correct.
Yeah.
That has overly evolved into bonus video has evolved into a plethora of many different things.
Oh, yeah.
So don't feel like they're locked in and they have to do it a certain way. Any of the bonus videos really have a free reign. They're filling in. They're doing what they wanted to. Some channels have already actually offered to us, which we have them in reserve. If there's somebody that can't do it, I got a video already done. Just let me know and we'll post it. That may happen. The theory is that it won't, but as Mitchell said earlier today in a phone conversation, life happens, and it does. And we all need to be willing to accept that for what it is. He cracks me up. I love this.
It does.
Okay. There you go.
Josie says kangaroos are unique.
So Chris is a prime example of what I'm talking about.
In Australia.
Here is an example of a bonus video. Chris and Larry Homestead has a video with unique foods. Their second video they're doing later on in the month is a unique cooking method. They're doing 2 different videos, but it doesn't fit into one or the other of the first steps that I said. It fits into something different. So that is also the way we were using it as well. I do want to throw this out. Hello, Growing with Hudson. I think you guys already said hi, but I wanted to make sure I did.
Yeah, hi.
Not squirrel, unicorns, something like that. I had a point I was going on.
That all sounds good barbecued. Run it across the flame. I'm in.
I'm trying to remember. I can't think of anything else. Can you?
The fact that we are connecting so many different types of communities here is just unfathomable to me, you know.
So when we all started, and me and you and Mitchell have said this many times, when we all started this, it really was Mitchell's idea, number one. Number two, When me and Dale jumped on, it was about to bump Mitchell's channel up. Now you got to remember when we started having these conversations, Mitchell was just over 400. He wasn't near his 500. He's now done that. And so it's still about bumping the channel up, but it's also doing what we've all kind of come to take on is the new tagline, and that's bringing communities together. Chuck said it today on his live. You've got so many genres, you got so many groups of people, and you're not excluding anybody. That's anybody right. That was welcome to come in was welcome to come in. Didn't matter what genre or group you were from, community you were from, because in the end of it, it is about bringing communities together.
That's right.
So
Chuck,
I want to
Chuck with his, just spreading the love, man. He's just spreading the love, and that's
so I want to show you guys something that has not been shared with the outside public, and you have to give me a second to figure out how to do it. So Dale, can you think of something else to talk about while I do that real quick, please?
Oh, I can talk about anything. I mean,
okay, you do that.
So, if we start looking at the videos that have come out so far, we've had poultry, we've had pork, we've had a unique steak or unique cut of meat already. Tony's rub already. It's already just starting to be different types of different things. Not to mention, each one had a completely different method of cooking it.
Yeah.
I mean, that video from Pull My Pork Barbecue, cooking over the open flame on that spit with that pecan steak, holy moly. I just wanted to pull just that chunk of meat off and put it on a plate. I was ready to go at it,
Yeah, proper caveman style, huh?
It was. I mean, it definitely was my kind of food, And then you take Devil Dog pulling out the Coleman camp stove like a lot of us grew up, that our dads or our grandfathers had when you went camping. That Coleman camp stove that is overlooked, and it's kind of like snobbed up when you get into certain communities.
Yeah.
Well, that's not really an outdoor cooking device. That was exactly what we were looking for in this,
Right.
It's whatever that you use when you're out and about with your family, with your friends, whatever. That's why I loved that video,
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. I think I found it. So one of the things we haven't talked about is 9/11. 9/11, obviously, for a lot of us was a day we won't ever forget. And whether the heightened level of whether you look at it, honor it, or whatever, Blue, I still think the importance is that it affected a lot of this world in a way that many of us living have not been affected. Okay. That being said, now I think I can disclose the reason why the channels ended up on 9/11 the way they did, if that's okay with you, Dale.
That's perfectly fine.
When we set out our original calendar, we told everybody we were doing random draw, which all of them were. There was only 2 channels at that point, though, that we opted to put on September 11th. That's MT Homestead. For those of you that don't know, Mike is a very, very dedicated veteran who served his country for a very direct reason. And if you know him or his channel, you'll understand that. That's not to say nobody else is. Mike, just the one that we went with. Okay.
Yep.
The second one is the name of the channel, Freedom Homestead, because if you've ever watched them, they're all about us having our freedoms. I am not here to have a conversation about politics or any of that. I'm just here to say these are very dedicated people, not to say nobody else is. They were chosen for that day specifically. Everybody else was random draw. Okay. Eddie, I don't want you to say yours was not, because it was. I know he's stuck on how did I get picked for the first day. That was random draw, my friend.
It was. Sorry. Because you want to know who did the random draw, you're looking at the 2 guys right here.
Yep.
But
now so that being said, September 11th also has a very unique prize that's being given out. It will be the last prize that's given out that day, and I would love to be able to show you guys for the first time what that prize is. Are you guys ready?
yeah, you're not chopped liver, Eddie. We are well aware, and thank you for your service.
That will be a 16 by 9 wood engraved flag with those sayings on it. Last Chance Cook-Off 2022, community, strong, fellowship, fellowship, and friends for life. Bringing communities together will be engraved on that board as well.
That is so cool.
It will go to one random person drawn that day. Okay.
That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I hope people appreciate that and understand the meaning behind it. Nothing against our friends across the pond. It was the choice we went with.
Yeah,
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's just that our day was a few days after you guys.
Right. And it
That's
was.
all I'm saying is that the bombings that happened in London were on the 22nd. I want to say
Right.
22nd.
Right.
Yep.
I could be wrong. Yeah. Dates are not a good thing for me.
And just for clarification for people, what I'm referring to, and when I speak to Blue, we had a conversation and she said September 11th doesn't mean as much to us as it does to you guys. It's specifically what she just said. The bombings that happened to them were different days than ours was. And so the date, the meaning and the intent behind the day is a different day, but the meaning and the intent behind the day are still the same reason. We all had our own things we had to go through and we dealt with. And for us, this is what we chose to put out there. So I hope everybody likes it. Yes, Brenda asked the question. Chris is making this for the collaboration. So this is a donation from me and Chris. Okay.
It's amazing.
I hope everybody likes it. And I hope whoever ends up with it enjoys it. So
it's beautiful. It really is. Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
There was a question from Peterson's Farms.
Vegetarian?
Yes, there
100%.
are. Half of my video is actually vegetarian, half of it's meat, because Tanny's a meat eater and I'm not. Okay, not 100%. I occasionally fall in bacon, but you know, but half of my video is vegetarian and half of it is for meat eaters. There are also a few of the collaborators that are just pure vegetarian. So they will be doing vegetarian videos.
And that was very important to the three of to the three of us when we started talking about this collaboration. That's why in the rules when they went out, it said meat or vegetable base.
I think it was meat, anything from meat based to plant based, and everything in between.
Yep.
There was no limit to what you could, because we had this talk, and Blue was very much a part of this part of the conversation. Rightfully so, though, because at the time we started, I didn't consider the plant-based version or fruit or whatever else it may be. But I'm glad we did change it to that, because now the interest has exploded even more so than just meat as protein. So I'm glad we did do it that way. The other thing I want to throw out there, and it's something for us, it's next year, it's not this year, but it is something that keeps reoccurring in chats and conversations. We may want to consider next year when we do it, having a segment where channel hosts and their children cook together.
It keeps coming up.
That
it does keep coming up. Yep.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you got Drunken Chef and the Little Chef. You got Gorilla Joe Barbecue and Little Gorilla. You have.
We don't even have to go any further. Blue in her September video, her and her son are doing it.
Yeah,
You've got Rooster down there. I got two kids here. Now, they're not big, but if it meant being on YouTube, I'm sure I could get them to help out.
Exactly.
You know? The point is almost all of us have grandkids, nieces, nephews, kids, whatever it may be. And it doesn't matter whether they're 2 or they're 85. It doesn't matter. If they're your children, then you would still fit into that segment.
Oh, Chris. Look at Chris already. Rowan was already in the video.
Yep, there you go.
Which don't get me wrong, I knew if Chris was going to be making a video that the kiddos would be involved one way, shape, or another.
Okay, so I'm going to do this. Go ahead, and Blue, why don't you take this show for a second? I'm going to go try to do something else real quick.
Okay, Jonesy, my son's 31, so you know he acts like he's 16, but he's 31. So you know, it doesn't matter how big your kids are; they're still your kids at the end of the day. And if it's grandkids or whatever,
exactly.
You know, as many people as you possibly can. You know,
it just happens to be that my baby is 20 and has his own channel, so
yeah,
he's going to be a big boy and do his own channel bump video. You know,
yeah.
But
and just so everybody knows, I do want to throw this out there. Rooster doing his channel was not Dale's idea. That was my idea. I'm not looking for recognition. I'm just saying Dale didn't just say, well, my kid's here, so he's in it. That's not the way it went.
No, I didn't.
When we
started I might have tried to talk Tony out of it, honestly.
Yes. Oh, really?
Yes. But I just want to say he was asked because he fit right into it as a channel bump. He was a new channel, had less than 100 subscribers. Why not invite him if he's willing to do it?
That's right.
And actually, one of our channels, her collaboration video is her very first video on her channel.
Yes, I did want to bring that up too.
She wanted to be a part of it. She's part of a different community that I'm part of on Discord, and she wanted to be a part of it. She's been thinking of doing she's a wild food and foraging expert who actually works in Switzerland at the Botanic Gardens there, doing tours and teaching and workshops and stuff. So she wanted to be a part of it. She was very excited about it, and she's been wanting to do a channel for a long time, but she wanted to be a part of this to do what she's doing. So that was kind of cool. Yeah.
So I want to throw this out real quick if I can. Brenda asked, what are the dates? Can you guys see that?
No. Well,
no.
I can't.
Okay, let me.
But people with bigger screens might be able to. I don't know.
Okay. I'm trying to see.
Yeah, if you make
just blow up the document within your program.
Oh, the document itself?
Yep.
Did that help any?
If you hit Control and scroll it upwards with your mouse, it'll make the screen bigger, like the words bigger.
Oh, on here though.
Ah, there you go.
There you go.
So I'll leave it there for just a second, so everybody, if they want to write it down, they can. The other thing is go over to the Facebook page. Facebook group. It has this posted. I think in my video today, I also listed it in my description box as well. So I'll go ahead and I'll leave it there for a few minutes, and then except I don't need this screen to be that big. Holy Moses, I can't even see anything. Wow, that makes
you might take down Brenda's comment.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Oh, there's the Facebook group page, but I'll take it down for right now.
Yeah.
We can put
those. I would scroll down on that lot too, because I think there's more than just those, isn't there?
Yes, there is. I just was leaving it in case anybody was writing it. So
yeah.
There we go. If you need me to do it back at different.
Them up in the chat.
Oh, thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you. Oh, do they need larger font, or was that before I scrolled down?
No, that was before.
Okay, I'm just making sure because I didn't see it.
Miss Brenda was saying bigify it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do want to. Anybody that knows me knows this. Chris, love you, miss you. Hope you're doing well.
Yes, definitely.
That would be my nephews. So, anybody else have any more questions about that before we move?
The only thing is that the live giveaway on my channel is going to be 5 hours different from the other guys because otherwise I'll be asleep.
Yep. So again, I will reiterate exactly what she just said. Every one of the giveaways and live streams will be 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, excluding September 22nd, which will be on Blue's Self-Reliance channel, and that will be 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. Like it or don't like it, that's what we have to do to make it fit for our time zones.
Yep.
So I hope everybody's appreciative of it. Oh,
If you're not, I'm going to hunt you down and I'm going to tickle you to death with a big fluffy thingy.
All right. Anybody needs that though at any time, please feel free to email me. I will send you any of the information. We are very transparent on what we have. Nothing's hidden. We're just trying to organize it. That's all it is. So if anybody's got a question, we will tell you. And Cindy Brown, thank you for coming in.
So much.
Did I tell you Cindy Brown is awesome, by the way?
She is.
She is very awesome.
Yep. There you go. I'm gonna
tell me someone in that live chat that isn't awesome.
Well,
Everybody
I don't mean that. I mean, as awesome. A moderator, she is awesome and very helpful. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I didn't mean to take away from anybody else, because you are correct. Everybody is, including me, right? No. Sorry, I'm trying to do one more thing. Might get loud here. I'm sorry if it does. I got to catch. I'm trying to mute it before it goes too far. Sorry. There. Okay. Cindy already is. I was going to make sure she was a moderator, and she already is. So.
Yep.
I know I did it at one time, but I couldn't tell if it stuck.
She was dropping people's links while ago, so I knew she was.
I didn't see him because I was busy trying to do other things. Sorry.
I know.
Okay. Anything else on that, please let us know. We'll try to answer it what we can. I do want to move ahead real quick. Okay, Miss Blue.
Hello.
Miss Blue had a very, very direct conversation with her viewers this morning on her live chat.
Yes, I did.
It is a conversation that must be had. And I think it's important for us to spread this information around. I'm not asking her to redo her whole entire live. Just hit on the fine points, if you don't mind. Mm-hmm. And please let our viewers know what you disclosed to your viewers today. If you can remember. Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on this.
I can remember. It's ingrained in my brain.
Okay.
Because I've been working and researching on this for several months. Okay, because I keep very close tabs on what's happening as far as inflation rises and electricity prices and stuff, because my channel is about doing things on a budget, like to the point of people who are living on benefits. So if they're disabled or pensioners, or, you know, they on benefits because they don't earn enough money to not be on benefits. So they're working poor, basically. And that's probably, more than a fifth of the population of this country. Okay. So that's what my channel is about. So I wanted, there's been a lot of talk about the electricity price hikes and stuff over here. Teresa, earlier you made a mention that you'd shared my my video out. I do appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that you were there watching it, because I don't think people really understand the realities of what is going on in this country. Now, about 25% of the population in this country only has an income of somewhere between £7,000 and £12,000 a year. Mm-hmm. Okay. And what has just happened means that those people will be paying more than 2/3 of their income in electricity prices. Mm-hmm. Some of them won't even be able to cover the cost of their electric with their income that they have. In fact, at least 3 groups of people on benefits will not be able to cover their electric costs over winter at the costs that they are now. Okay. because all their money will be going on that. Because you have to remember that there's a standing charge, and whether you're using the electric or the gas or not, you will be charged every single day for using electric or gas that you're not using. The other thing is that there are people here in this country that use prepaid electric meters, 10 million families that use prepaid electric and gas meters. So if they don't have the money to put it on, they don't have it, period. They're also on the highest tariff of gas and electric because it's a prepaid meter when they shouldn't be. So they're hitting the poorest of the poor, you know, just right there. Now, it over the last 12 months, and this
you want me to
happening right now?
Yeah.
Basically means now, because Tanny is working now, it means that he can't give up his job, because if he gives up his job, we won't have electric and gas over winter. Period.
This isn't an estimated.
This isn't estimated.
This is the real.
This is the reality. Okay. Yes. What we are looking at right now is 1 week of Tanny's wages. This in a four-week pay period. 1 week is rent. 1 week is his taxes. And more than 1 week is going to be electric and gas.
The fourth week being left over to pay for whatever
for whatever we have to live on for a month.
Yeah.
Okay. And that leaves us probably around £100 a week to live on to do everything else. Now, we are in a much better position than some people, because some people have £70 a week to live on.
Right now.
Without paying anything yet.
Yeah.
That's it. My son's on about £70 a week. Okay, so it's a really hard conversation. I had it yesterday. After my live yesterday, I went and cried for 2 hours. I'm not going to lie to you. I was sobbing because I was trying really hard not to on live. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like everything that I do and all the ideas that I have and all the information that I give and stuff like that, I have nothing that I can add to this that's going to make it better for people, because it doesn't matter what you do and it doesn't matter how you do it. There is nothing that's going to make this better.
The numbers just do not add up.
They don't add up.
They don't. And
they
the governments need to step in and put limits on this shit. Sorry. I can't believe I just said that. I've never cussed on
your channel.
I've never cussed on my channel before.
I know.
Sorry. It is
but it is. Here's the problem with it. This is the reality of it. And me and Blue had this conversation last night and have been having this conversation about this. The reality of it is, and I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer or the demise guy, but the reality is that people will have to choose between their electricity and their food and their prescriptions, if those things aren't
which they were already doing before all this happened. Can I just say? Yep. Because the reality is that in 30 years, benefit money that you get has only doubled in 30 years. So it has never been on par with living expenses and inflation. Okay. 30 years ago, when I had my son, 31 years ago, I was on £31 a week because I was a sole parent. Okay. And we had £9 for child benefit. And I had to do everything on that. And at that point, you could.
Right.
You know, this is a kid who had a brand new Silver Cross pram set. That thing cost me a week's wages.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you could do it. You can't do that now.
No, and the reality that goes along with that is, here's the realism. And again, this goes back to me not trying to be Debbie Downer in the conversation, because Here's the problem and the realism behind it, and it's where I was going in the conversation.
Sorry, leaking.
No,
I'm leaking.
that's fine.
I'm leaking.
The realism is that people are going to die. That's what's going to happen
in their millions. And I'm not going to lie about that. And I'm not. That's not catastrophizing. This is a catastrophe, and that's the reality. I live in a street that is 90% people over 70.
Yes.
And I can see at least 50% of these houses being empty by January next year.
Here's the other realism that goes along with that, because, well, I have to give the example that my brain went through. Middle of December, 10 degrees below, and they don't have a prepaid card because they don't have any money to have electricity. What the hell does anybody think is going to happen? What is the end result of that? The realism and the reality behind it.
What really?
That's not a question for you. That's not a question for Dale.
The
it's
biggest
the
kick
thought
in the
process.
guts for me is this, and we discussed this because you helped me figure out the numbers, right? There was a leaked Treasury report that said that in the next 2 years, the energy companies are going to make profits from this country of 170 billion pounds in 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with a 67 million population, which is about what we have at the moment, that's over $2.5 grand per person per head of profit, pure profit, that these companies are making. That includes the 25% of the population that are children,
yep,
who aren't paying bills.
And I'm seeing
400,000 people that are living in care homes and not paying bills. Now, when you start looking at on those levels,
yeah,
it's disgusting. It's blood money.
Brenda,
bottom line, blood money that these companies are getting.
Right. And Brenda makes a very, very valid point, and it's what I'm trying to get people to understand. Everyone here in America is struggling and suffering and having prices up and this, that, and the other. I'm here to tell you our numbers are nothing near what they're going through. You think we got it bad? I don't want to be in that situation, because that situation, somebody's going to die.
I will tell you a little story, right? 15 years ago, when I was living in Australia, I saw a you know the children's charities for Africa, Save the Children Fund. That's the one. It's the Save the Children Fund advert for children in Scotland for school supplies 15 years ago. Now, for Save the Children Fund to be involved 15 years ago and sending out adverts to places like Australia for children in Scotland to have school supplies, which are supposed to be supplied by the government for nothing, things were bad then.
Right. Yep.
Things were bad then, let alone what they are now. And that's what people don't realize. That's the reality that, it's partly why I chose to come back to this country, because I knew that I had skills that could help people here. Now, I grew up over here. I spent most of my life over here. I did bring my children up in Australia for the most part. So during the 90s and the early noughties, I was over there. But, for the most part, I've been over here. Because people need people with skills. And if all you have to give is skills,
yep,
then you have a responsibility now to give them freely as much as you possibly can.
Yep.
The problem that we have here now is that back in 2014, the budget, it was David Cameron was Prime Minister, decided that food banks would be part of the social budgeting. Now, having a food bank in a place means that it's a broken system. It's not a thing that should be a reality. It is a symptom of a very broken system. Now, in the last 7 years, we have had the most food banks built in this country and created, it's gone from feeding 10,000 people till nearly 2.5 million people in 7 years. And about a third of them are crumbling at this point because they're underfunded and people cannot afford to donate to them anymore or to give them food or any of that. They just cannot afford it. They don't have the money.
Right.
You know, and what you do find is that when they do things like telethons and stuff like that for Save the Children and Comic Relief and all of that, it's not the rich that give. It's never been the rich that give. It's Auntie Alice down the road who saved herself a $5 this week because she knew it was coming up.
Yep.
You know, it's the people who go to shop in Asda who grab themselves a little Pugsley knife for 18 quid. And they hold on to it for 10 years because they know they've done their bit. These people are the ones that keep this country running and keep every country running. Whilst they're also desperately trying to dig themselves out of a hole that is created by people that they didn't want to start with. And that's the reality of what's going on over here right now. Sorry, guys. I know
but my whole point and my whole point
reality, and that's what we're living with.
My whole point behind that.
I love watching the barbecue videos and stuff. I'm sitting there and I'm totting up the money in my head.
Right.
I'm totting up how much that meat would cost. And I'm sitting there going, that's someone's week's money.
Right.
You know, so when I do my video is not going to be based on posh mates. It's going to be based on what people can afford and what they have in their house. And that's how I'm doing my video. Okay,
so on
yeah.
that note, I want to let everybody know, let's not judge channels that are putting videos out there because some of them are doing what they can. I'm not saying anybody would. I'm not trying to imply that. I'm just saying let's give extra thought to what can I do with box macaroni and cheese, because in my mind, not me, but let's just say, what can I do with it? Because I only got 10 boxes of box macaroni and cheese, and I might be trying to put a video out, and that might be all I can afford. My point is we need to be compassionate about everybody's living situation.
Absolutely.
Because none of us are living high on the hog, or we wouldn't be sitting on YouTube trying to make a living, document whatever it is we're doing. Okay.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. I mean, some of us, like our family, it just makes it blaringly aware how blessed we are that we raise our own protein, you know, and how much we take for granted that we just go to the freezer, or we go to, if it was canned or whatever, and just grab that protein off the shelf.
Yeah.
You know, now don't get me wrong, all of that has a dollar figure to it. It cost us money to raise that, whatever it was, but I know there's a lot of people out there that don't have that option, you know.
Right. Jonesy wants you to come back home, Blue.
Jonesy, I'm a bit like Mary Poppins, mate. I always turn up where I'm not wanted, but where I'm needed. So, and then when I'm wanted and not needed anymore, then I tend to sort of, you know, that's kind of what I've been analyzing my life a bit, and that's kind of where it's gone, you know, and that's where I find myself at this point. As much as I would love to, but it's also a matter of money as well, because we would have to get visas for Tanny. I would want to bring my son home, so we're looking at £20,000 to £30,000 to do that. So it's not something that's going to happen overnight. So the best that I can do is keep doing what I'm doing in the place where my skills are needed more, and that's here right now. Maybe one day.
So we'll see how we go. I would like to demonstrate full circle of the whole point of my channel. I know it touches Dale and Lisa's channel as well as Mitchell's, is the point that Teresa makes down at the bottom of the screen. It comes back full circle to this collaboration, bringing communities together, because it's not that I'm a cooking channel. It's not that he's a farmer, and it's not that she's a budgeter. It's that the three of us can help each other, and together we can put information out there. We show that even in the bad times, we can have a good time. We show people that you can do things ways differently than maybe you currently are able to, or that you think you are able to. Because I know the three of us sitting right here, as well as half the people sitting in chat, you call them on any given day, or you email them, they will answer your question, talk you through something, or whatever it may be.
Absolutely.
As long as
my email is always open.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
The point of what I'm trying to say is that is, for me, what the bringing communities together is about, is exactly what that says right there. That's the point. Okay. We help each other out. We tell each other, you need to watch out because this is coming along. And it's not scare tactic, fear mongering. It's the fact. It is what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
You can call it what you want to, but if I had gotten that news, I'd be freaked out. That's where I'm at.
I'd be more than freaked out.
Well, I would.
I think the reality is that a lot of people don't understand exactly what's going on.
Okay.
People here are in shock to the point where they don't know. They don't understand what it's actually going to be.
Right.
Which is why I did the live that I did yesterday, because I think it was a very necessary conversation so that people actually had the numbers.
Yes.
You know, and I've never done a live when my chat was shocked and stunned into silence.
Yeah, that kind of shocked me when you
that kind of shocked me. And, you know, I had people saying, I'm really sorry. I'm just sitting here stunned. And I want to say something, but I don't know what to say.
Yes. I want to talk about this real quick. It goes back to Last Chance Cook Off just for a second, but I think it brings up a valid point. Was this question, because this question has come up. Okay. Wondering why all the rules with the cook-off. It takes the fun out of cooking. For us, it didn't. There was reasons the rules were in there, and if you run it, once you get to a point that you run a collaboration, you will, and I'm not being flippant in saying this, it's just the fact of it. You will learn that you have to have some established rules. I've even found out to some extent from different people, some people that fought me on the rules in their own collaboration are putting rules out. You have to have some rules. There were some rules that were put into this collaboration because we knew that children may be or will be part of the videos being done. That included profanity, nudity, foul language of a different kind, the use of drugs, alcohol, things like that. Those were put in there specifically because part of the community that did come and join us would not be here if those things were allowed. And we had to make an agreement.
I've made that statement before, Tony, if I can. And,
yes.
And in fact, I made that statement at a event away from YouTube. You know, I was approached about, well, why do you have a rule against that? Or why can't I have a alcohol like drink? And why you put so many rules on us? And I'm like, you do understand this collaboration has 100 channels in different communities, different genres, and the large majority of them would not even have participated if that was allowed in it, even if it was part of the collaboration, not their video, your video, because they're not going to put their channel, their reputation, something that they want it to be watched by their grandchildren, their children, whatever, with the same hashtag as a channel that does support that. That's not saying that you cannot do that any other time. It's just for this one, collaboration. To me, that's not too much of an ask.
Well, and Chris even says that down there. My question is, how do you want to portray yourself? Don't get me wrong. There are some channels out there that don't have a problem with it, and they go full force into it. Those channels typically, I'm not saying in all cases, they are not intended for minors. They flat out say that, and they make that apparent. I get that. I don't have a problem with that. You have now told everybody that, and if they go there, that's their problem. Okay. We just didn't want videos up of grandpa in the background chugging on a bottle of whiskey while the kid's sitting over there smoking a cigarette and you're trying to barbecue your meat. That's not going to show very well if the kids are watching. Some of our channels let their kids watch our shows. Some of the channels have their kids participating in the videos. Again, it wasn't an attack on anybody individually, a community individually. It was, we need to take this by the horns and we need to make sure it doesn't become a problem. So in doing that, that is where the big issue was. Okay. The secondary part was trying to break down the different categories. That's where a big portion of the rules came from, because you had the main entree, then the next category has those rules plus its own, and then the third category had still the same main ones, but then its own, and then we had 6 or 7 others that applied to everybody. That's why it looks like and seems like there's a lot. There really isn't. I mean, a lot of these rules are plain, simple,
common sense.
Everybody understands it, common sense. And Growing with Hudson says, okay, here, I'll put it up so everybody can see it. Sorry. I get that. And I hope people understand it. It's not an attack on anybody. And we weren't trying to say, okay, now we're going to start a collaboration. Here's the 100 volumes of rules that go along with it. That's not what we were trying to do. We actually fought
it wasn't a
to
bunch.
stay away from that.
Yeah.
Sorry. And this is another point here. It's consideration for others. We wanted everybody theoretically to be as welcome into this without feeling, what's the word? Alienated, maybe might be the word.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable. There you go. And I think these comments coming out exactly say what we're trying to say. It's a family-friendly collaboration. Right. There has to be guidelines just to make sure we're following that. Teresa says this, don't apologize for it. You're keeping it clean. I'm not apologizing for it. I just want people to understand it. But you are correct. We shouldn't have to. And Brenda, have consideration for others.
That's the main thing. I mean, and at the same time, I even had a frank conversation with someone who'd brought up a point about it. And I just said, here's the thing, we'll take Tony's coffee cup for instance. No, it segues to exactly my point. Just don't have it in the. You can still partake of that if that's what you want to do. Yeah. Let's just not advertise it.
And we even had that conversation specifically. If you normally sit there and this sits right behind your camera, in view of the camera, and it's a fifth of vodka, put the vodka off the screen. That's all we're asking you to do.
Yeah.
Again, this isn't towards anybody that's asked any questions in the chat. It's just explaining the thought process we had. This is all we're asking. See, now it's not in the screen. Nobody knows it's there. But if it's sitting right there, everybody's going to know it's there.
Yeah, exactly.
If I'm smoking on a pipe, if I'm doing this, if I'm doing that, get it off screen is all we're asking you to do. If you normally drink a beer while you're barbecuing, drink a beer while you're barbecuing. Just don't video it. That's all we're asking.
At the end of the day, it's a 10-minute video.
That's right.
20-minute video, right? It's 20 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes of your life. It's not hard. If I cannot swear for 20 minutes of my life, anyone can do it.
Yes. This is another one that came
That is exactly a good point.
Yes, that's a very valid point. We did have the discussion about if you cook or barbecue with alcohol, make a barbecue sauce with bourbon. Go for it. You're cooking it off, so it doesn't matter.
As long as you're not chugging on it afterwards.
Right, and that's all we're saying. And in reality, as much as I sat there and said, if this is sitting in the way, you should take it out. I'm not talking about a guy that has a shelf full of bottles sitting up in his rack. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this sitting right next to where while you're doing the video. That's what we're talking about. That's specifically what Eddie is asking was addressed specifically for that reason. People cook with alcohol all the time. Get it?
Yeah.
I'm not going to deny that or tell you can't. Just don't chug on it while you're doing your video. Or I smoke. Anybody that doesn't know that, I'm sorry, but I'm a smoker. You will not see me in a live smoke a cigarette. I just don't do it. That's not the image I want to put across. That's all I'm trying to say from my point of view. Yes.
Cindy, I do drop clangers on my videos. That's why my channel is 18 and over. I am aware
She's
that
one of
there are
those
kids that watch my
minorities not
channel.
allowed.
There are certain words that do not come up, but there are often little pops on there. But people who watch my channel know that. They know that about me.
Yep.
They're aware of where my name comes from. So I don't worry about it so much. Like I said, my channel is 18 plus. Okay,
Yes.
for that reason. Because I don't like not being who I am, because the reality is my channel has to be as realistic and normal as everybody else's household is.
Right.
You know,
Yes,
and I'm not going to put on airs and graces for that, because the people who watch my stuff understand what I'm doing.
Right.
And when Tanny turns up, he's got no filter. There isn't a filter there at all to be had. It doesn't exist, you know, and he won't probably be in my barbecue video, because he will be sitting there with a beer can in his hand, because he is a high functioning alcoholic.
This is what
so this is also a different side of stuff that goes on, but you know,
but it's
we're
like
also
what
very
Brenda's
open about that. So yeah.
This is like what Brenda's saying, though, too. I realized in my video that cigarettes was in the view, so I edited it out. I'm not asking you to edit it out because you're not smoking in your video.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about actively smoking a cigarette in your video. That's what I don't want.
Yeah.
Common sense. We've all said it. It's been said. We're just asking for common sense, okay?
Yeah.
That's all we're asking for.
Hi, Eric B.
Yes, I was gonna.
Yeah.
I was
It's
gonna
about
say it.
not ostracizing people before they've actually come in.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the bottom line. It's not censorship. It's just not ostracizing people before they come in.
Well, and this is a good question. This is my sister. She's asking if there's alcohol in the recipe, will it be noted, basically, is what she's saying, because she's allergic to alcohol. I get that. But again, most of these recipes, most of the channels that I do know and the ones I have seen and I have watched, they'll disclaim there's alcohol in it. If you don't want it, just omit it and you can still have the same recipe.
Exactly.
So usually, and if it's not in there and you see that there's a fifth of bourbon in it, I just wouldn't add it. That's what I would do.
Hey,
and it does cook out.
Hi, Annie.
Yeah, it does cook out. The alcohol
Rhonda
cooks
said
out,
it here. Most people know and understand alcohol burn off in cooking anyway. So that is a good point. I
will say, though, that my Tanny will not touch my mince pies at Christmas or my Christmas cake, even though the alcohol's cooked out of it.
Yeah.
Because he's scared that it's going to be on his breath when he goes to work.
Now, see, a certain individual sitting in chat talking about censorship, but see, I'm not censorshipping him.
No.
Censorshipping is now what I'm about to do, which is not mention his name so he doesn't get any airtime.
Yeah, he does.
So, you know, you can chat away all you want to, my friend, but I'm not going to bring you up. So you can blah, blah me all you want to. Doesn't hurt me. Oh, look. Yes, look who's still working outside. Don't worry about it, Daz. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, so we've had a good conversation. We've had a very heart-to-heart conversation. We've had informational conversations.
We have.
What about a joke or something like that? A clean, good joke.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
That's me out.
All right.
Oh, actually, I've got one. Okay, and it's the one that I used to use on the kids. All right, so I know that it's okay.
I'm a sucker for dad jokes, so go ahead.
Okay,
hold on a second. Even though I was shocked that I cussed in this live, this is an adult version, not child version, and it is late night with Kettle Kitchen. So it's after 9 o'clock, but please do be careful. Thank you.
I'm not going to tell you any of the jokes that I told my kids before that they were 16. Okay, so
okay. All right.
All right. So, sorry,
Prepping
after
for
they were
heaven.
16. I
Hold
can
on.
only use the ones from
Hold
before
on.
they were
I want.
16, not the ones afterwards. All right. So
Okay.
I promise.
I
But
want
this
to.
is
I want
your
to clarify.
favorite.
Hold on. I want to clarify this. Growing with Hudson, your question incited the conversation, but you're not the only one that's asked it. That's why I wanted to address it. None of this conversation, from my point of view, nor these two, I'm assuming, was directed at you or your question specifically. It just brought up the conversation because it needed to be talked about. So if you felt that way, that was not the intention. I don't think you do. I just want you to know it wasn't you stirring or spinning the pot, because it's been out there. And so I think we needed to have it. That's why I went ahead and had the conversation. So go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's okay. So, why do gorillas have big nostrils?
I have no idea.
Have you seen the size of their fingers?
I
Ah,
love it.
okay. I'm going to give him some airplay for a second. What kind of concert can you get in for 45 cents? 50 Cent and Nickelback. That was good, actually.
It was.
So
50
that's how much a
cents.
nickel is.
50 cent and you get a nickel back. That'd be 45 cents.
So a nickel is 5 cents, right?
Nickel is
Yes.
5 cents. Yes.
Okay.
And getting
Thank
it
you.
back.
I
Hey,
always get confused because
you got it. You got it.
Ta-da.
That was good. I like that one. Actually.
So why did the skeleton not go to prom dance? Because he
Why?
had no guts to ask.
Good night, Tom Garvey. Thank you for coming.
Yes.
Night.
Okay, I gotta find Chris. Where's Chris's answer? What do you call a bear with no teeth?
A gum. Oh, I don't know.
I'm waiting for the answer. I haven't seen the answer.
I've seen the answer.
Oh, have you? What is the answer? I didn't see it.
It's a gummy bear.
A gummy bear.
That okay.
Why?
I used to work in a care home. Okay, and that's what we called our residents that had to have all their food blended up into mash. Was our
What
gummy
do you-
bears, and it
what-
wasn't horrible. It was something to be because they were sweet.
What do you do if you're attacked by a group of clowns?
Flamethrower and a chainsaw.
No, go for the juggler.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Why did Christopher Robin have his head in the toilet? He was looking for poo.
Oh,
I can't believe you guys haven't heard that one.
on that note, Daz has got one.
Did you hear? Oh, yeah. By the way, that was my 6-year-old daughter that come home from first grade and said, we learned a joke at school today. You want to hear it? What? That's what they teach you at school? Did you hear about the mathematician with constipation? He had to work it out with a pencil.
Oh, that's
So
good.
painful, man.
You guys are awesome. I love you. Thank you. Okay. Anything else you guys want to throw in before we call it a night? Oh, wait. This one we got to hear. How does a farmer fix his overalls?
I use baling wire, but
Okay, Cindy, we needed the answer. With cabbage patches. I love it. I love it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hey, Prepping for Heaven says you want to hear a dirty joke?
sure.
Do, 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 do,
I've been really good.
do, 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 do. 3 white horses fell in the mud.
Oh, nice.
I was going to say something similar, so I'll get it. I love it. Got to crash, guys. Thank you, Brenda. Appreciate it. You have a good night.
Night, Brenda.
Oh, we're at a minute 30 seconds, so I think we're gonna go ahead and call it good.
A minute 30.
Or we're at 30.
A minute 30.
I mean, we've been having fun. It seems like a minute.
Well,
30,
it went so fast. Okay. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. Blue, thank you for the information. We appreciate it. Everybody needs to know it. And I've seen it many times in the chat. This is how those of us that don't have a channel get information. So please keep bringing it. We appreciate it. Okay.
Yeah.
My brother from another.
Yes.
Thank you very much for showing up. I know it's very late for you, so I appreciate it.
It's awesome. So it's it's later for me, and it's really early for Blue.
It is.
Hold on. I got to catch up with this one. Hold on. Why was the tomato red? He saw the salad dressing.
Yes. I'm going to have to use that one in my next cooking video.
I love that. Go ahead, Blue. Go ahead.
Why did the turtle blush?
What time? What?
Why did the turtle blush?
Oh. I don't know.
Because he saw the seaweed.
Oh my.
Anyway.
Love you guys.
Everybody have a great weekend. I am glad you were here. We appreciate you coming. Thank you for stopping by and visiting. Last Chance Cook-Off. Mitchell has his video tomorrow or live. We'll figure that out. But we will have a giveaway nonetheless. That's not going to change. And that will be over on his channel, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you can join us, please do. Make sure to comment on the videos from the first and the second. They're the only 2 videos that apply at this giveaway. So make sure you go and do it. If you haven't done it, please continue watching the videos for the rest of the month. Don't forget game night with Kettle Kitchen. Tuesday night at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 Central. Thank you, moderators. I appreciate those of you who are in here and who are helping. Chris, thank you for all your info. I appreciate it as well. And everybody else, thank you for coming. And be smart, think ahead, meal prep with these, and be prepared. Okay, guys? Have a good night.
Night all.